EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to North Carolina and the bustling city of Charlotte as we welcome you inside Bank of America Stadium, the home of the Panthers. The punter, Jack Fox, handling the kickoffs. And off we go here on a Thursday night. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he decides not to bring it out. So they'll take over at the 30-yard line. First and 10. A quick throw. That's Leggett on the RPO. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
They'll run, and for the first time, it's Jonathan Brooks. And that's the way you want to run it on first down. A gain of 7. Second down and 3. Another try with Brooks. And he is not going to get away. Might have gotten a yard, but it will set up third down. From the 50, he'll set up to throw. Open man, left side, he's got it. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. Back to throw. Here comes the screen to Brooks. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. Think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often. So that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last.
The red zone now. He'll drop to throw. In trouble, and he's going to be taken down.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sit and duck for this pass rush.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. They'll throw out of the gun. He's got it at about the 8. And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Panthers. And how about that? His first career catch also becomes his first career NFL touchdown. The kicking team off for the extra point. He's got it. Panthers will take a 7-0 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he will not bring it out. It's a touchback, and this drive will begin at the 30-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They'll run with the rookie, drafted in the 3rd round. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. They'll stick with him again. He'll get about 3, and that's going to lead to 3rd down. Here's a 3rd down and 4. He'll drop to throw. That's caught. Left side. It's complete. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a 1st down.
Mike, I think we make so much of all these fancy routes, right? The selling, the head fakes, getting in and out of the break. And while that's really important to create separation, that's really more of a man beater. That's when teams want to just play you one-on-one and you have to beat the defender. Against zone defense, like we saw here, it's a lot more simpler. Understand the concept of the play, understand where the holes in the defense are, and get there and be friendly to the quarterback. And if you're open, stay open. That's NFL route running. That's what the best guys do.
From the shotgun, it's a give up the middle. He is met and dropped. Good defense. Loss of a couple on that play.
This play here, Mike, is just all about the get-off of the defensive line. Watch how fast they go when that ball is snapped. Nowhere for this running back except to go down for a loss.
A tough spot here. 3rd and long. They'll look to throw. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Trevin Wallace. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
I think you chalk this one up, Mike, to just a rookie mistake. And anytime you have a young signal caller behind center, you're going to have to deal with some of these ups and downs. Every once in a while, they're just not going to see the coverage. They're going to get baited into making a bad throw. That's kind of par for the course. The key is how fast can these rookie quarterbacks turn the page, move on, and not make the same mistake again.
Back to throw here to begin the drop. And he's in. Xavier Legette. Touchdown, Carolina. Touchdown number 7 for him on the year.
You know, Mike, at this highest level, not all touchdowns are created equal. There's some plays that result in touchdowns, and then there are touchdown strikes. And this one is the latter. I mean, you talk about a confidently thrown ball on the money downfield. It doesn't get a lot better than this, and his receiver is able to take it in for 6.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. He'll take it in at the goal line. He's across the 20 to the 21. That's where the drive will begin. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. He'll take this ahead. It's a pickup of 3. It is Joey Bosa there on the tackle. Second and 7. Handoff here, up the middle, and he'll pick up 2, out to the 27. Here's a third down and 4. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. He'll let this one go deep down the right sideline. And on third down, that ball incomplete.
There's only a handful of guys in the league who legitimately have world-class speed, and he's one of them. He's the type of weapon that you 3 or 4 times a game have to just say, okay, my guy, he's faster than your guy. We're going to send him deep and let it fly. And even though that one falls incomplete, you have to continue to sprinkle that threat in because it makes everything else in your passing game that much easier.
Mingo, the man in motion. A run with Brooks to begin this drive. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's second down. Out of the gun, he'll throw. Escaping the danger, throwing and completing. A pickup there of 19 yards. It's good for a Panther first down.
And another great throw. And I'll tell you what, Mike, so far today, this certainly does not look like a rookie quarterback. I mean, he is in complete control of this offense.
Throwing now on first and 10. The blitz overwhelming the offensive line, and down he goes.
Finally, this defense has been searching for a big play after giving up 2 touchdowns on the previous 2 drives. They're going to need more of that. They have to find more impactful plays that end drives and get the ball back to their offense.
Mingo, the man in motion. Now they'll set up to throw. Oh, this pass rush dialed in right now. They get him again. It's Aiden Hutchinson, former number 2 overall pick, in there to bring him down. So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
And this will not turn out to be a good return. Forced backwards, and they get it out of bounds. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. The drive will start on the ground, and he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. One quarter in the books here on a Thursday night. The Panthers off to the early advantage. And will return to Charlotte in a moment. They face 2nd down and 7. Give up the middle, and he'll only manage to pick up 3 yards, and that leads to 3rd down. He's got his man. Right side. It's complete. And they're going to move the ball all the way up to the 45-yard line.
This defense just gets punched in the mouth on that one, Mike, and it just seemed from up here that not everyone on defense was on the same page, and the offense was able to take advantage of it. The defense has to clean things up here in a hurry, because if they don't, they could be in for a long day.
Not much happening there. Just a short game. Here's 2nd and 9. And that's going to wind up incomplete.
I think at some point for this quarterback, he has to start looking some other directions. I mean, he's tried to get the ball now to this guy multiple times, and all of them have resulted in incomplete passes. I'm not saying don't throw it to him in the future, but maybe get yourself a couple easy completions elsewhere before you look back in his direction.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete.
And this passing game continues to come up short these last couple plays. That's 2 consecutive incompletions in a row. Now they're staring 4th down right in the face.
Good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. Set to go now on 1st and 10. They'll start this on the ground with Brooks. The defense all over this one. They get him behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a couple.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning 1st down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, Second and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up second and long. It's second down and 12. Throwing now from the gun. Taking off.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. Little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good game.
They'll come up to 3rd and 3. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw, and that is incomplete.
It's one of those balls where the quarterback wishes there was a string. The second it came out of his hand, he wished he could just pull it back, because from the moment it left his hand, that looked like a sure interception, and the only reason it wasn't because the defender just flat out dropped it.
To return, it's Nixon. And how about that? Nice return there, picking his way up past the 35-yard line. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. They'll begin here on the ground. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line.
The best offensive play callers in the NFL, Mike, do a great job tying in their under-center run game, like we just saw here, with their under-center play action game. And the ability to make those two things look alike, man, it puts a lot of stress on the defense.
They move Laporta, sending him in motion. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2. Second down and 8. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9. Up the middle they go. And he does some good work on the ground here. Going to take it inside the 30 with a run of 8 yards. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. He'll check this down to the running back. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a 1st down.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection. And maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
A handoff as they try to run it here. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Here comes the blitz as he... Oh, they're on him in a flash, and he's lost the football. And the defense has it. The defense comes up with a play in the red zone. Those active hands get to the quarterback, knock it out, and they come up with the recovery.
Mike, we see this from time to time down here when an offense is operating in the red zone. The field shrinks, coverage gets a little bit tighter, quarterbacks tend to hold the ball a little too long, and that's exactly what came back to bite them right here.
On the ground, it's Brooks. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
I'll tell you what, Mike, this is a guy that you do not want to have to tackle in space. I mean, the footwork, the agility, the ability to go side to side and then still have the burst and explosiveness to pick up big yards. I mean, this guy is a handful.
On 1st and 10, they'll set up to throw. In trouble, and down he goes. Joe Tryon Shoyinka maneuvering in there to bring his man down.
And now we're seeing the game kind of go back and forth. Each team trading blows, trying to establish control over the other. Nice chunk play on the previous play. The defense responds back with a sack, and we're going to see which team can establish a little bit more of this control as the game unfolds.
He gets it to Jonathan Mingo. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
This is how you really judge quarterbacks operating in the NFL. This is not 7-on-7. This is not summer camp where the quarterback can't be touched. Everybody can throw the ball from a clean pocket. Can you operate under the fire and be on time, in rhythm, and be accurate with the ball with contact? And we saw it played out perfectly here. His ability to push the ball downfield, knowing that hit was coming, that's playing quarterback in the NFL. A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
On comes the punter now, as he is on to punt for Carolina. And this one's going to land out of bounds as they'll mark it inside the 20. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Blown back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And that'll be a pickup of 3. 2 minutes remain here in this 1st half. Back with more of this Thursday Open after this. Now pass deep for St. Brown. That ball incomplete. Got the hands in there to break it up. Could have been a big gainer. Instead, it sets up a 3rd down. Again, working deep downfield. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. Right away, they'll set up to throw. He'll let one go down the middle. And he will go all the way. Touchdown, Panthers. Well, that is a quick drive and the best way to finish it. The touchdown pass downfield. Greg, you rarely see a deep shot like that to start a drive.
You're right, Mike. We don't see it a lot, but I wish we did. It's actually the most efficient and safest down to pass the ball. And in this case, the defense is thinking run, got a lot of defenders up in the box, and they're able to strike deep with a pass play for 6.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. The return team gonna let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. Here's 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. They'll look to set up the screen here. They smelled the screen and took care of it. Blown up in the backfield.
Well, the best screen plays, of course, you want the offensive lineman out in front of the running back. They act as his escort, his lead blockers. But what you can't afford is for the defenders to be in the backfield and get to the running back, because those offensive linemen, they can't help him at all.
Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
And this is why most teams, Mike, decide to take the ball first after the halftime break, because they want to be able to control this middle 4. At the end of the first half, you can use your timeouts. You can use some strategy to steal an extra possession. If they're able now to go down and come away with points, they'll have a chance to double it up again right after the halftime break. He tried to buy all the time he could, but when he saw that space, he quickly turned from thrower to runner, and he's able to pick up a nice gain on 1st down.
They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a 1st down.
Rookie to rookie right there, Mike. And I'll tell you what, they've got some really good young pieces on this roster.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. He's going to keep it himself.
Mike, this is the element to the position that this guy brings that's just so unique across the league. Not only the speed, but his ability to operate in the open field as a runner. It is hard for a defense to plan for a guy like this.
Bates' kick is good. And the Lions are on the board just before halftime. So we've reached halftime here in our Thursday nighter to start the new NFL week. As we'll head down the coast now to Orlando. That's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. All right, Coach. Thank you very much. We welcome you back. It is quarter number 3. Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The 3rd quarter is underway. And this one is fielded in the end zone. Will not be returned. So it'll come out to the 30. Quick throw, taken in. enviable spot to operate from. Here's second and inches. Slot man in motion left. Back to throw. And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down.
Sometimes, Mike, your greatest strength can also be a little bit of your weakness. In this case, he is so used to being able to buy more time with his feet, extend the play, give his targets more time downfield to uncover. In this case, nothing materializes, tried to do too much, and as a result, takes a big loss.
Throwing now on third and long. Carrying that ball loosely, and it is out. And it's recovered by one of his teammates.
So even though they avoid the turnover, this is still a play that they're going to coach hard off of. They're going to bring guys into the meeting room next week and say, hey guys, we're not always going to be so fortunate. The ball is not always going to bounce our way. Anybody who handles the ball from the center to the quarterback to any of the ball carriers, the most important aspect of team offense is protecting the ball at all costs.
To the air now on first and 10. And that is incomplete.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
To the air once more on second. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
Work to do following the sack. It is third and long.
And the big guys up front in the offensive line just continue to not be on the same page. And we've seen it time and time again here today. This pass rush remains one step ahead of them, and it's the quarterback who continues to pay the price.
On now is the punt team for the Panthers, as he'll be standing just inside the back line of the end zone. This will be returned from the other side of midfield. And it's a good return here, able to take it across the 50, set up the offense with a short field. Man in motion, heading left. They'll turn and hand this one off. A modest gain. Maybe 2 yards. It's second down. They'll throw out of the gun. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be third down.
The biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
He's going to let this one go deep. And this ball's intercepted by J.C. Horn. And the Panthers are going to have it here as they'll start from their own 7.
When you find yourself in this situation, Mike, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
On the ground, they go with Brooks. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. He'll drop to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
Shotgun snap as they'll throw it on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
Oh, that's 2 straight plays now where this secondary has won their matchup. And right now the offense needs to find some plays that just call for easy completions. Get your wide receivers in space. Allow them to run after the catch. Because right now these downfield passes, the defense is all over them.
And this one doesn't do a whole lot. It's out of bounds, short of midfield. They'll look to throw. He'll look over the middle and find his running back. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8.
Well, this is a great example of the old saying, Mike. You never go broke taking a profit. Give credit to this quarterback. I know it's not the big explosive play he was looking for, but getting the ball into the hands of his running back, allow him to pick up some extra yardage after the catch.
Quick throw here is complete. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
That's out to the flat, and it's complete. A very nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. He gains nothing. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again. To the right side here. Pass is caught. Now a flag comes in. It was thrown by the umpire. The pickup is 4, but usually that's a holding penalty. Following the penalty, they'll run it. Maybe a couple there. It's 3rd down. the gun. He'll throw. And that is incomplete.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this is one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
That is not going to do it. Tried to bite off our luck with that one. It's no good. And this will remain a 3-score game. 1st and 10. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. A throw, left side, caught by Sanders.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
The Panthers will take their first timeout. They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Now they'll set up to throw. And the coverage right there. This ball knocked away. It's incomplete.
And the success of this play, Mike, all comes down to the timing of the defender. You get there a little bit too early, you risk pass interference. You get there a little too late, it's a big pass completion. Timing your hand and playing through the ball is something they work on with these defenders all the time. And next time they throw the ball downfield, I wouldn't be surprised if they target somebody else.
Mingo, the man in motion. On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
This will be returnable from his own 15. Give on the ground, and he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. He'll look to throw. It is caught left side by St. Brown. And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback, understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
They go zone read here on 3rd and short. It's a pickup of 12. Good for a Lions first down.
This defense has had their share of troubles trying to contain this quarterback today, Mike. This time they go to the zone read. The defender goes after the running back, and the quarterback pulls it, keeps it himself, and has a huge gain for a first down.
That's 3. Third time tonight he's been intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
For these young rookie quarterbacks, every NFL is an opportunity to have a lesson learned, and sometimes the lessons come a little bit harder than others. In this case, they kind of fool them with their blitz package. It's a little bit more complex at the NFL level than it is necessarily in college, and I think he just got a first-hand taste of just how fast this pressure can get on you, and sometimes when it speeds up that clock, you can make a bad throw.
Looked like a lateral there, but now it's a free football. In the pocket, looking to throw the ball, but the defense was looking right at the ball. They knock it away and come up with the turnover.
Mike, we see so often a quarterback is so focused, keeping his eyes down the field, looking for one of his receivers to work himself free, that they lose track of where the defenders are. And I think that's exactly what happened here. The defender closed on him quicker than he might have thought, knocks the ball loose, creating the takeaway.
And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. Get a pause here. We have an injury, and it is the tight end, Sam Laporta, a player they cannot afford to lose. To throw is Lance. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete.
He just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
Here's 3rd and 7. Throwing, Lance. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line. So we are through 3. We'll have more Thursday Night Football after this. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Now Lance. He's got his man on the in route. Yes, taken in over the middle. Nice gain on 1st down, but the penalty flags come in. And the question now, will the play stand? Lance. That one taken in by St. Brown. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. To throw, here's Lance. That one knocked away. It is incomplete. Very good job defensively. Stayed right with him. And we'll bring up 3rd down.
So the defense comes out in a cover 2 shell. What that means, Mike, is the 2 safeties are going to split the field in half. One guy has one half, and the other guy has the other. There are abilities to get down the middle of the field, especially if you have speed. But really where you can attack it is they don't have enough guys to defend all of the underneath zones. And if you run the right concepts with the right quarterback, you can pick them apart.
He is dangerous when a play breaks down. A pickup of 18. Lance looking to throw. That's going to be intercepted in the end zone.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's position. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
Boy, some bulk in the formation on that right side here for 1st and 10. On the handoff, this is Brooks. And he did not want to go down. Good running. Manages to gain 5. We'll go once more with Brooks. And this will be a Panthers 1st down. He's able to take it up to the 30-yard line. A run out of the gun with Brooks. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
So when you're evaluating the impact of a team's run game, I think it's important at the end of the game to look back and say, okay, how many yards did they run for? But more importantly, when did those yards come? Did I run for those yards in the 4th quarter, which typically means I had to lead? That's the sign of a successful run game, as opposed to getting a lot of meaningless yards early in the game.
And he's fighting to get free. A lot of work there for a gain of 3. Second and 7. Here's a handoff to Brooks. And he'll take this ahead for a gain of about 5. And here comes 3rd down. Try and run it with Brooks. Well, he shows you the elusiveness getting out of one tackle, but not the other. Fortunate, really, to get back to the line of scrimmage on that play.
That's really well done defensively, Mike. The key to these situations is you got to engage with the blocker, bottle it up, but then you have to get off the block, find the ball, bring them down. That's exactly what they do. No gain, 4th down.
Only need a yard, and it's 4th down. They'll try to run, and he's not going to get there. The defense was ready for it, and they stuff him on 4th down. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Here's Lance. Now, deep shot for Amon-Ra. And that is incomplete.
Pretty unforgettable performance so far in the 1st half, Mike, and they're going to try to figure this out here in the 2nd half and try to gain some momentum, figure out what's going to work, where are our matchups, and let's go try to put a drive together and get some points, because so far this has been a struggle, and they just cannot get anything going through the air.
Over the middle, he's got St. Brown. And he'll be very close to a 1st down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot.
Well, it goes without saying. You want to play wide receiver in the NFL, Mike, how how well can you change directions? How fast can you get your body from one direction to another? And when you can cut like this guy, I'm not sure how you guard it.
And he's going to pick up the first down. He knew where that marker was and made sure he got beyond it.
So on these play calls, Mike, on 3rd and inches, typically how it goes is we're going to try to take a shot. Then there's a medium zone option. And then the last resort is just pick up the first down with something underneath and get that fresh set of downs. So in this case, he settles for the underneath throw, but it's still enough to pick up the first down.
Back to the air again on 2nd and 10. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Back to the air one more time. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
They couldn't quite connect there on that short pass, Mike, and I just think it's worth reminding everyone how different the concepts are down here in the red zone than what the rest of the game plan calls for in the normal part of the field.
He tried to fit in the slant, and it was intercepted. And the Panthers are going to get the football at their own 23.
These second-half red zone opportunities are critical, Mike. I mean, you're not going to score every single time you get down here, but it feels like at this point in the game, this might be my last chance to get this deep. You've got to make the most of those limited opportunities. At least come away with 3. You're hoping for 6, but in this case, you come away with 0.
Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. A run with Brooks to begin this drive. To the 45. Jonathan Brooks. And he is unstoppable. He goes all the way. 77 yards. Touchdown, Carolina. And that touchdown probably, Greg, ends any small hopes of a comeback on the other side.
Yeah, and I think those chances, Mike, were small to begin with, but with that last score, I think this one is pretty much over.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drop. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Back to throw. This throw taken in by Amon-Ra. And they'll whistle him down, but not before it kicks up a first down after a gain of 7. They'll throw out of the gun. Right back to St. Brown. They connect again. And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line. They'll look to throw yet again. Oh, he doesn't put it away, and the ball's out. The Panthers have it. The defense still has 3 timeouts. We'll see if they decide to use them here as the offense starts taking a knee. So it's over. It's a win for the Panthers. They're able to bounce back after a difficult loss a week ago, respond with a much better overall performance, and it culminates in a victory. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Panthers are winners, as we say, so long from Uptown Charlotte.